Bev, I think this was an extremely impactful and really heart-wrenching address that President Zelenskyy made to Congress. He wasn't only addressing U.S. lawmakers, but also President Biden and the American people. And I will add that President Zelenskyy is quite popular among the American public right now. We saw that he made a lot of comparisons to what's happening in Ukraine right now to the attacks on Pearl Harbor during World War II and the September 11th, 2001 attack, saying, imagine living through those attacks every day for 3 weeks. So really an effort to connect and relate to the American people. Additionally, we saw him show this video that showed really the civilian casualties and the struggles that the Ukrainian people have been making. And at the end of that video, it essentially said, close the skies, very much calling for a no-fly zone in Ukraine. And we saw that President Zelenskyy wrapped up his speech switching from Russian or Ukrainian to English. So I thought it was a very direct appeal for that no-fly zone. That being said, though, there doesn't seem to be any indication that President Biden is going to support a no-fly zone.
Yes, that definitely seems to be a bridge too far for many, thinking that would really enrage the Russians. Despite that kind of support that he seemed to get in Congress, will there be bipartisan support for that very big aid package that the president wants to sign off on?
Well, I think you're already seeing bipartisan support in the United States, not only among the American people, but also among lawmakers, not only when it comes to the sanctions against Russia, but really this aid to Ukraine. Bev, there's not many topics or issues that unite lawmakers on Capitol Hill from the Democratic and Republican parties, but it seems that this Russian invasion of Ukraine certainly has. There is a push to help the Ukrainians as much as possible. Now, there are different intricacies within that kind of aid, what sort of weaponry should be sent over, that sort of thing. However, there is a feeling of unification when it comes to sending aid, military and humanitarian aid over to Ukraine.
Julia, what sort of response has Joe Biden got when he was asked about whether he considered Vladimir Putin to be a war criminal? He didn't immediately answer, but he came back and said, yes, that he does believe he is a war criminal.
I can't emphasize how big of a move this is for the administration. Look, relations between the U.S. and Russia, while they are obviously frosty, relations are still in place. So to have a sitting United States president call a Russian leader a war criminal is a major deal, and probably President Biden's strongest condemnation of Putin yet. For a while, U.S. leaders dating back to George W. Bush in the 2000s have really been accused of being too soft on Putin, for not standing up to him enough. However, I think there is definitely support among a lot of Americans, Republicans, and Democrats for that statement. We'll have to see, though, how that impacts U.S.-Russian relations right now. I can't imagine the Kremlin's too happy about that.
Indeed, no. And Julia, a really intriguing story with federal prosecutors identifying a number of people who've tried to smear Chinese dissidents who are now running for political office in the U.S. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we saw that the DOJ has essentially found a number of people who have been essentially targeted by the Communist Party and in Russia, people who have, spoken out against, or in China, spoken out against the Chinese government. So it seems like there is definitely a bit of a Chinese interference when it comes to Chinese Americans and Chinese individuals living in the United States. The U.S. very much trying to set a firm stance with that and sending a message with this development to Beijing.
Yeah. Good to talk, Julia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.